Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, we can update on several things from Spanish defenders, Rául Asencio, Dean Huijsen, but also more to say on Darwin Núñez, Florian Wirtz. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, one more video, more updates for you here on transfers, and today I wanted to start with one of the best talents around, who is doing fantastic this season and who is going to be part of the present already and future for sure of Real Madrid. And the player is Rául Asencio, who had a breakthrough this season in Real Madrid squad. He came into the squad after the emergency and then started being a leader, a regular starter for Real Madrid, also against Atletico Madrid in crucial Champions League game. He started next to Antonio Rudiger. I was there at the Metropolitano and the performance was excellent. You can feel, you can see the leadership of this defender, and this is why Real Madrid are almost done in terms of advancing in negotiations for new contract for Rául Asencio. I told you already in December that Real Madrid started these negotiations, and now the progress is at the final stages. There are just some final details to discuss between the agents of Rául Asencio and Real Madrid board, but they are not in a rush because Asencio only wants to play for Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are very happy with the player. When I say Real Madrid, is the management, is the coaching staff, is the manager, Carlo Ancelotti, is also the president, Florentino Perez, who is very happy to see a player coming from the academy, a Spanish player, to be part of the Real Madrid squad. So Florentino is very, very happy about Rául Asencio, who is now also part of the Spanish national team. First call-up received in the recent days, so it's a fantastic moment for Rául Asencio, very good news for Real Madrid, and so the new contract is almost ready. Again, working on the final details. They will also remove the release clause, was around 50 million euros, now gonna be removed from the new contract, and so Rául Asencio ready to sign a new deal at Real Madrid very soon. I think in terms of timing will be from now to the summer. We will wait and see the right moment when we will actually see Asencio with this new shirt, with the new numbers of his new contract. But the excellent news for Real Madrid is that the defender will put pen to paper and sign a new deal. Who is not expected to sign a new deal and is expected potentially to leave in the summer is Dean Huijsen, another fantastic centre-back, another top talent, another Spanish player, in this case playing for Bournemouth, sold by Juventus in the summer. Juventus have a 10% sell-on clause for Dean Huijsen, but Bournemouth have a release clause included into his new contract signed last summer, because this release clause is worth 50 million pounds. I told you this in an exclusive story 2 or 3 weeks ago. We know there is a release clause. We know that several clubs are monitoring this Huijsen. I could mention many really in England, and not only in England, because in the last 24 hours, we saw some statement from Dean Huijsen on Real Madrid. He said, "I feel proud when I see my name linked to Real Madrid." He was mentioning Sergio Ramos as an absolute idol. What's the point of Real Madrid? Real Madrid still need to decide whether they want to invest on a new centre-back in the summer or not, because Rául Asencio changed their plans. He's doing fantastic. Alaba is back. Militao will be back in the summer. So Real Madrid need to decide what they want to do with centre-backs. But for sure, Dean Huijsen is attracting many clubs. Real Madrid are monitoring this progress, excellent progress he's having in Spain, with the Spanish national team now, but in England with Bournemouth and also English clubs. I was mentioning to you in January how Chelsea, but also Newcastle and Liverpool, these three clubs are really closely monitoring Dean Huijsen, who is doing fantastic in Bournemouth and is probably one of the best talented young defenders in Europe in this moment, also called up by the Spanish national team. So for Asencio and Huijsen is a really special moment, but for Huijsen we also have to see what happens with more clubs. For example, Bayern sent their scouts several times to follow Dean Huijsen, and they keep having his name in their list. So there are many clubs interested in this player, and you don't need to negotiate with Bournemouth, because the clause is 50 million pounds. You can go there, pay the clause, or try to find an agreement on the structure of the clause and then agree with the player. So we have to see what happens. For sure with Dean Huijsen, it's going to be an interesting one for the summer transfer window. For sure, I told you several times, we expect Darwin Núñez to be one of the names to watch in the summer, and there is movement. The movements have already started around Darwin Núñez, who is now in an important moment of the season with Liverpool. Of course, they are focused on winning the Premier League. That's the mission for Darwin, win the Premier League and then consider a move in the summer. Because Darwin, according to my information, was very open already in January to joining Al Nassr. He was ready to say yes to Saudi, he was ready to say yes to that project. Then Liverpool decided to keep the current squad, not to change anything. Also because in January there was no player available in terms of their own transfer targets. They have a list for the summer, but those players were not available in January, so Liverpool decided against investing money on a player they didn't trust, 100% trust in January, and to wait for the summer transfer window. Now let's see what happens with Darwin. European clubs, Saudi clubs and more, there will be movement, but my sources keep telling me that the expectation is for Darwin to leave Liverpool in the summer transfer window. There is already some movement now with people close to the player exploring all the possibilities. Again, let me mention that Darwin is super serious, super professional, working hard to help Liverpool win the Premier League, and then in the summer the situation could be different with the player leaving the Reds. And then guys, to complete today's video, I wanted to mention another super name. Florian Wirtz. What's the situation with Florian Wirtz, guys? We keep having many stories, many rumors on several clubs in England and not only. But guys, it's important to say that Bayern Leverkusen keep their offer on the table for Florian Wirtz. So the new contract proposal is still there. The new contract proposal is already at very advanced stages in terms of verbal talks between Florian Wirtz, his father and the club. So they are negotiating this new deal, and Bayern Leverkusen are open to including a release clause into the contract for the player to leave after the World Cup 2026. So basically what Bayern Leverkusen are telling to Florian Wirtz is sign a new deal today, get a better salary, and from summer 2026 you will have a release clause in excess of 100 million euros to potentially leave the club and try a new chapter. Because there are several clubs interested in England, but also Bayern for sure. For Bayern is a dream target, Florian Wirtz. All people at the club agree that it would be fantastic to have Musiala and Wirtz together for a new era of Bayern, but there is Bayern Leverkusen working on a new deal, working on a release clause, and try to extend the experience of Florian Wirtz in Leverkusen at least for one more season. So we have to see how they will complete these discussions. Remember that Florian Wirtz will not be part of the German national team in this break because he's injured, and so he's not going to face Italy, but for sure Florian Wirtz will also use this time and these weeks to discuss with his father, to discuss with Bayer Leverkusen, and then to make a final decision on what he wants to do in terms of new contract, release clause, the value of the clause, that for sure is going to be in excess of 100 million euros. This is what Bayer Leverkusen want. But in general, the Florian Wirtz situation, I think in April will have an important moment to try make some decisions. Then obviously the final green light, the final decision is up to the player, but pressure from clubs is coming. Bayer Leverkusen want to discuss this contract situation as soon as possible, and so we will keep following the story of Florian Wirtz. For sure, one of the big names to watch, if not this summer, next summer, 2026. And so guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories. Rául Asencio and Real Madrid, Dean Huijsen, wanted by several clubs, a £50 million clause. Which club should go for him? And also Darwin Núñez, where do you expect him to play next season? And what do you expect to do for Florian Wirtz? Stay at Leverkusen, new contract, release clause, or maybe leave already this summer? Guys, let me know your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao!